recently, a celebrity in Nigeria became the subject of controversy for a statement he made regarding, I think, a 15-year-old having to do with something immoral, and things of that like. And when it looked like the authorities were beginning to come for him, his response was to say that he was catching cruise. He needs controversy to survive, he needs controversy to survive as an entertainer. That they thrive on controversy. Well, it's important that people have lawyers, and people talk to their lawyers and get their lawyers to give them even basic education. I mean, everybody should get his or her lawyer to give basic education for survival, so that people don't get themselves into trouble. Now, whether you're catching cruise or not, there's something called a confessional statement. A confessional statement is a statement made by a person either admitting to a crime or confessing a crime. Why I created that dichotomy is that in admission, it may not be something the person suggested on his own. It may be upon confrontation that the person gave in, that is admission. But it could also be somebody without even any confrontation volunteering an information and unsolicited information. That's also a confessional statement. But once somebody makes a statement identifying himself with a crime as a perpetrator of the criminal act, that's a confessional statement. Now, whether the statement was made extrajudicially, that is outside of the court, or it was made in court, it is what it is. Yes. Usually a confessional statement will be associated with extrajudicial statements because, I mean, when it is said in court, then it is a testimony. I mean, it's a testimony because it is said on oath. So usually when the concept of confessional statement is talked about, it is usually associated with extrajudicial statement. That's not to rule out anyways statements that are made in fashion, like in the face of the court. All right. Now the point is this: the law is settled that one of the best forms of evidence is a confessional statement, because in a confessional statement, it is not another person saying, I saw him do this or he did that. This is the person saying, I did it. And in our criminal jurisprudence, confessional statement does not know I was joking. There's nothing like that. You said it, it is what it is. And we should understand that statements are things that words are things that words are things that cannot be erased. Yes, sometimes people say things about people and they are asked to retract their words. They say, okay, I take back my words. That is taking back the words is not real, because the words are already there. Even if you say you take back your words, the words are already there, especially if it's on social media. Whether you have apologized for them, they are there already. So statements are eternal. All right. So it is important to note that once you say anything that links you with a crime or points to you as a perpetrator of a criminal activity, that is a confessional statement, whether you are joking or not, and that can be used to punish you. Yes, of course, before the law. That can be used against you, and that's why the police would often say anything you say can be used against you. It is what it is. So we should be sure of what we say and say what we are sure of.